All right, let's discuss Sun in the fourth house. Now, the Sun in astrology is associated with the father, ego, wants, and sense of self. The fourth house is associated with family, your inner world, your past, your roots. All right, so let's discuss how this tends to affect the personality and behaviors and experiences. Okay. So now to begin with, you're the type of person you identify strongly with matters that involve family and home. You see yourself as a family-oriented person. Now, keep in mind this is just one placement. We're not considering other placements that could negate all of this. Okay, so we're just considering this one placement. Unless you have other placements that are afflicted, meaning like having Saturn in the fourth house, you're the type of person that you identify strongly with matters that involve family and home. You see yourself as a family oriented person. Your father is seen as family oriented. Again, this is considering that there's no other afflictions that negate this. Okay, so now if you have a positive relationship with your father, or even if you don't, he's still seen as someone that is family oriented. Your sense of self is developed at home and is associated with your inner world. So now when you spend a lot of time alone and you drift off into your inner world when you go to be alone and do a lot of self-reflecting, that's when you develop your ego and your sense of self at home and in your inner world. You have a Cancer-like personality, meaning you'll always defend and protect what you consider home and who you consider family. Okay, you can be like whenever you read Cancer-like personality traits, a lot of those personality traits you can identify with being needy, moody, sensitive, defensive, but also just very family oriented, a good listener, sympathetic, a nurturing person. You can identify with a lot of those qualities. Okay, and your ancestral roots affect your personality and your ego sense of self. Meaning, like the family that you're born into and your roots, as far as your family, good or bad, affect your personality and your ego and the way that you see yourself. Okay, you're the type of person that whatever your family's roots are, it's easy for you to connect to that and make that your sense of self. And this also plays into race as well when you talk about ancestral roots, because so you're the type of person that you connect your ego and your sense of self to your roots, going as far as like race and even your family. Okay, so this is the best way for me to describe Sun in the fourth house people. You identify strongly with matters that involve family and home. You see yourself as a family oriented person. Your father is seen as family oriented, even if it may not be with your family. A lot of times men will move on and have their own families, and that can affect you. That can affect you in a positive or negative way, seeing your father being family oriented. It could be a positive experience or a negative experience where he goes on to be a family guy for another family. Your sense of self is developed at home and is associated with your inner world. You have a Cancer-like personality. You'll always defend and protect who you consider home and who you consider family. Your ancestral roots affects your personality and your ego and sense of self. Okay, so this is the best way for me to describe Sun in the fourth house people. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you have this placement, let me know if this sounds like you and if you agree. All right. Thank you for watching.